Hello ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, and none of the above, welcome back to We Love Your Deck. For today's archetypal analysis we'll be going over mill decks. Coming from antiquities, the artifact millstone, which it gets its namesake from, is meant to put cards directly from the top of the library into the graveyard and is seen as an alternative win condition of sorts, as a player will lose if they try to draw from an empty graveyard. Notable mill commanders include the Wise Mothman, who will give out rad counters as it enters and attacks, as well as put +1/+1 counters on a number of creatures equal to how many non-land cards were milled. Though they're meant to be an aggro deck, the Mint Skinner will instead have opponents mill cards equal to how much damage they take from a source you control. Or for a reanimator-focused commander, Koram, the Undertaker, is as strong as the strongest creature in all graveyards and then will mill a card each time he attacks, as well as allow you to play a land or cast a spell from cards put into graveyards from libraries that turn. Now that our commander has been picked, we need ways to mill, such as Maddening Cacophony, which will either mill each opponent for 8 cards or, if you paid the kicker, half of their library rounded up. Or for landfall strategies, Ruin Crab will mill each opponent 3 cards each time a land enters under your control. For more self-mill, Skull Prophet can be used to consistently mill you 2 cards when you activate it. Once all the graveyards are full, spells like Consuming Aberration, whose power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard, are on top of putting cards in their graveyards each time you cast a spell. And though Sir Conrad, the Grim, is usually used in Sacrifice or Aristocrats decks, they have the ability to mill all players on top of pinging each opponent whenever a creature enters or leaves the graveyard. And finally, Muldrotha, the Gravitide, will help to cast any permanents you'd have on the battlefield rather than in your graveyard. And that sums up mill as an archetype fairly well, so we're going to end it there. Since you got this far, why not give me a follow? And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side, Planeswalkers. And remember, be good to each other.